What is up, Dingleberries? JJ back here with Mangone talking some more PGA. This time it's going to be for the 3M Open on July 23rd, being played in Minnesota. Coming off another good week with these bets, which, as always, we will recap. Mangone's going to talk on the course a bit, and we, as always, will give out some more bets. I'll tell you this, Mangone. What an interesting tournament last week was with all the high scores. I ask you this because I know that course was always anticipated to be hard, but were you really expecting golfers to struggle as bad as they did in that Memorial?
Listen, I've seen some people struggle. I saw you struggle in Nashville, JJ, but I didn't see people struggle the way you struggled. I'll say that right now. Man, it was rough out there watching those guys play golf. And I kind of don't mind it, but obviously Rahm just running away with it didn't make it exciting and anticlimactic. It would have been more fun if maybe some guys could have, charged up towards the top. But those pins were really tough, and got to give Rahm credit. He was great. So I don't know. I am typically the guy that leans on liking to watch these guys struggle a little bit, but that was a little too much for me. I'm excited to kind of watch the birdie fest, but at the same time, when you see some random guy that's like 6K on DraftKings that you've never heard of from like the Corn Ferry Tour shooting 8 under, then I'll probably be back to tilting that this course needs to be harder.
Yeah, I mean, look, as bad as that course was, another good week for us. I know that we lost all the outrights for dropping a full unit, but we ended up going 3-0 on the official plays we gave out. Mangone hit his make the cut parlay with Xander, Hovland, Answer, and Sergio, right? Was it those 4?
No, it was only we only had to sweat 3 out. It was Hovland, it was Hovland and Cantlay, so they made it pretty easy on us. But it was Answer, and of course on 17 he decided to hit that nice double bogey and make us sweat when he was exactly on that +3 number, and we had to sweat out the par, so that was not fun. And Jay messaged me instantly when he double bogeyed and was like, did he really just double bogey there? Is that a real thing? So glad to get us through. The Make the Cut parlay made it. It hasn't had the best start, but we got a good one this week too. I think it's going to be looking good.
Awesome. Yeah, those Making the Cut parlays are definitely gaining some steam for sure. Now, also Answer hit -125 over Matty Wolf day 1. And then, I gave you guys out John Rahm. It was kind of like a gargle fest from me on the video last week, and then on the NASCAR video I was with on them on Wednesday, the night before the tournament. I basically said -125 over Webb Simpson for the tournament, but then I said any matchup you have on your sports book for him versus anyone except Bryson, JT, or Cantlay, feel free to lay as much as you want. I was definitely high on him, so it was good to see him kind of come back into form. I think people were kind of too quick to jump off that Rahm bandwagon, but this tournament's a much different one, a much different talent pool. What is your take coming into this, Mangone? And maybe is this the type of tournament maybe we do a little less risk because of, I'll call it added variance with the lesser golfers, if you will? Or do you find it because there's lesser golfers, you have an actual advantage or more of an advantage than you normally would?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. Obviously, like people, they want the good golfers in there and everything, but I'm okay with it because I like to kind of get, in the mud and dive deep into some of these golfers, and they might not be the prettiest plays. So I kind of like it. I like when these fields are not the greatest. You get some different numbers, and I'm perfectly fine with it. So I'm kind of excited. I like that it's a birdie fest, and I think there's a lot of guys who we've seen a ton of birdie fest, and there's a lot of guys that have had some success at it, and their recent form is good, and a lot of things just add up. This is a corollary course also with the Rocket Mortgage Classic. So if you're kind of like to look at those course history stuff, that's one course I would look at and check out the numbers with. So I kind of like this week. I've heard others say that they're a little more nervous, but I'm a fan.
Would you consider this course, obviously not near as hard as this one last week, but would you consider this more of an easy course where it's going to be where you're more than likely your first place is going to be somewhere in that under 20 neighborhood?
Yeah, I think it's going to be up there. I think you're going to see a ton of scoring. Obviously, not the greatest golfers in the world, but we're going to see a ton of ball striking. Obviously, we don't have the guys like Sergio. We don't got Bryson. We don't have Webb Simpson. All those guys you'll see, but we got some good golfers here as well. Paul Casey, Finau, Dustin Johnson, and Brooks. They still all showed up, so we have some good golfers here this week.
Now, maybe we start with who your favorite golfer is for this tournament. I know that'll lead into a bet as well. So who's the golfer based on price and such that you kind of like the most, and what bets you might have correlated for him?
Yeah, I mean, based on like betting and just like even DFS too, Lucas Glover's the guy. I mean, he has been so hot out the break. I'll just read you some numbers on him just in this field where he ranks. If you look post quarantine in strokes gained tee to green, he's first in this field. In ball striking, he's second. In approach, he's second. It's hard to really argue. Birdies are better gained, which is definitely a great stat to look at because again, we're going to get a ton of birdies here. He is second in that, so definitely a guy that I'm going to be targeting a ton. Love him this spot. I think he's going to be absolutely awesome. And, we were talking pre-show, and I even noticed that this was on here, JJ. You found the top 30 bets. I was looking at some Lucas Glover top 20 bets, but I feel safer about the top 30 bet. I'm going to grab a unit here at minus 120 on Lucas Glover. If you don't have the top 30 bet, we're grabbing that on the DraftKings Sports. So if you don't have that, you can simply go for the top 20 bet and take it at plus 120, or take Glover matchups too. If you don't have that at your book and you want to take Glover matchups against other guys, I'm perfectly fine with that. He's my favorite guy in that range. He's a guy that I'm going to be, loading up on in DFS, and I'm going to be, loading up on some of these bets. So Lucas Glover, minus 120, top 30 over on the DraftKings Sportsbook is the official play.
Yeah, and I mean, while I certainly don't consider myself a golf guy by trade, I definitely am good navigating a sports book. To find a few top 30s and obviously some top 40s as well, you can target on DraftKings. DraftKings is obviously offering a lot more props than a bunch of other books as well. And then also, 3-0 on the bets I've given out on this. The bet I like for this one is actually Harris English, top 20. I'm seeing that at plus 175 on DraftKings, or top 30. Now, what I'm going to do for this is, if you do have both as an option, the official play is going to be a half unit each, half unit on top 20 at plus 175 and a half unit on the top 30 at plus 100. Basically, if he finishes in the top 30, not the top 20, you will break even. If he finishes in the top 20, you will win, obviously, both bets to pick up almost 2 entire units. And I also like the same thing with what Mangone said about Glover. Like, I like Harris English with all his matchups. So he's probably going to be matched up against guys like Henley, Mangone, you think?
Yeah, I mean, he might even match up against Glover. That wouldn't surprise me if they're matched against each other. But I think Henley, you might even see him getting, up against like EVR, Eric Van Rooyen. You might see that. You could see some Doc Redman where he's maybe heavier juiced at like minus 130. Could definitely see lines like that. He's probably listed against some of those guys. You can even see Bubba Wallace. That wouldn't surprise me. I'm pulling up now. Yeah, the one I see most common on Bet365 right now is the English and Henley one. That's the one I saw the most of, I would say.
Yeah, so I'm definitely cool with that. I know that you could probably get that at different VIGs, minus 115, minus 118. I'm cool with that. Or again, anybody he's matched up with. That's really my dude this week. I know that Mangone's heavy on the Glover train, but I'm heavy on the English train personally. And then Mangone, we got a few more bets from you. You're going to be on for this one, right?
Yeah. Listen, man, so far, like you're 3-0. So how do we even fade you? You're the guy who hasn't missed yet. And nice job over there trying to boost that record, getting the 2 bets in rather than 1, JJ. So
hey, we try here. We try to sneak things in.
So here's my other bets that I'm looking at. I think one that I kind of just saw that just seemed really egregious. Like it's one of those things you kind of open up the sports book, right? And you start scrolling, you just jump out of your chair. Paul Casey minus 120 over Matty Wolff. I get it. Matty Wolff crushed the Rocket Mortgage Classic. The course correlates really well with him. Paul Casey, yes, he missed the cut last week. If you watch how he missed the cut on one of the most absurd holes I've ever seen on a shot tracker. He got like an 8 on a par 3. It was an absolute disaster. Total outlier, lost like 4 strokes around the green. And around the green doesn't matter here. He's one of the better ball strikers. Ball striking is going to be super important here. I like Matty Wolff tournaments. This is not, the first round 3-ball bet or 2-ball bet. This is for the entire tournament. Matty Wolff minus 120 over, or Paul Casey minus 120 over Matty Wolff over at Bet365. That's the official play. You can find that line at other places, but the best line you can get is minus 120. I saw some minus 135s on other books, but minus 120 is what we're going with here on Bet365. Doesn't
that just feel like an overreact? I mean, like that line shouldn't be that. Like Casey should easily be minus 145, minus 150 there. Obviously Wolff makes the cut. He doesn't. Don't you think that has a little significance in why that line is what it is and a bit of an overreaction?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a overreaction. Also, I will say, like, Matty Wolff is supposed to be like a good golfer, right? He was this guy that was supposed to pop, and it maybe has taken him a little bit of time. But again, like, this is Paul Casey. I'm not messing around. I think this is a great spot here for him. We talked about the make the cut parlay before, JJ. We got to go back to it, right? We can't just one and done quit it. We got to go streaking here. So let's try to go streaking, and we're gonna do that with Lucas Glover, again, a guy I've talked about that I like a ton. Minus 350 on him to make the cut. And then we're going to pair that up with Doc Redman at minus 275. You can get that at minus 134 for just the two of them. Past couple of weeks, we've sweated out 3 golfers, 4. We're only sweating 2 out this week, which I'm definitely more comfortable with at minus 134 on Bet365. That's the only place I know of that you can do those make the cut parlays. If you can do any other kind of make the cut parlays, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'll talk them out with you. But that's the spot I like it the most. Minus 134 for Glover at minus 350 and Doc at minus 275.
Awesome. I like it. And so to quickly recap the bets as a whole, you're higher on the Glover play, minus 120 for him to land inside the top 30. I'm higher on Harris English, half unit each, top 20, top 30. And again, we're fine. We're content with any matchups either has in their neighborhood on whatever sportsbook you're using. Mangone's on Casey over Matty Wolff. That's minus 120. Seeing some different prices there, but the best price we saw was minus 120. And then the make the cut parlay with Glover Doc at minus 134. I didn't miss anything there, right, Mangone? We got them all covered.
No, I mean, we just have to give outrights, right? You can't just bet. You can't watch a golf tournament and not bet on someone to win. Is that correct, JJ?
That is a good call. How could I ever forget the outrights? Yeah, so I know you got a few guys you're on. I know we're only going to go like a half unit, keep it a little light for them. But who are some of the guys we're going to be on here?
Yeah, so again, we're going to keep it light because, again, this is a wonky week, right? This is not the week to be like, let's lay it all down on, DJ at whatever he is. I don't even know, like 6-1 or 8-1. It's something absurd. I'm out on that. That's not my strategy this week. I'm only putting down, 0.5 units, and we're going to go with Glover. We're going to put 0.25 down on him. Again, I've already talked about him a ton. Don't need to say anymore. Then we're going to go with, and that's at 35-1, by the way, at Bet365. Then at Bet365, we got Max Homa. We got him at 70-1. We're going to put 0.15 of the 0.5 units down on that. And then we're going to put 0.1 units over on DK on Scott Stallings at 90-1. So, Max Homa, again, he's missed the cut on the number, pretty much every single time. And he grades out really well for this course. So I think he could have a really big day. And I've seen, on some other really sharp books, I've seen his line at like 45-1. So I think he's a really sharp bet. On top of that, Scott Stallings, again, he's a guy, he hasn't missed the cut once since coming back from the break. And a little narrative here, he's kind of like a mini Bryson, right? He got back in shape. He's a nice fit guy. He obviously isn't pounding down, 2 protein shakes, 5 eggs, and 4 pieces of bacon. Yeah, I mean, he's one thing. He went to his doctor, right, JJ, and the dude said, "You're 29 and you're living in a 42-year-old's body, or 41-year-old." And so he decided to get in shape and get better. And now he's in a 34-year-old body, and he's just like, a lot of stuff has changed. His club speed is better. He's in better shape. Just everything. He's a totally different golfer than he was. 90-1 makes a lot of sense, and he didn't do bad at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. I've been riding him out in showdowns too, so I love that. Scott Stallings putting 0.1 units down of the 0.5 at 90-1 on the DK Sportsbook.
Awesome. Yeah, love the calls. And thanks as always, Mangone, for doing these PGA vids with me here. And obviously we've been profitable with the 2 units we picked up last week. That puts us over 8 units since we started doing these golf videos, which helps because NASCAR has been a little lacking the past 2 weeks. I think we've dropped a total of maybe 2.5, 3 units in total over the last few videos. Either way, I'll recap more of that for the next NASCAR video, but golf's been excellent. So we're going to try to stay hot here. Want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, I hope, as always, you wake up with someone's balls in your mouth. Also, head over to Run Pure Bets. We have the site at least initially up live. Take a peek at it. Drop your email for us if you'd like as well. And the site will be fully live within the next week, but we'll have more details on that coming. We have all content filled this entire week on this channel. Tomorrow, I'll have a baseball video for you, the first one of the season. And then Thursday, there will be a live show. Friday, there will be a live show. Saturday, there will be a live show. And Sunday, there will be a live show all in the evening. So content every day on the channel. So stay tuned for all of it. I wish you all the best of luck with all your bets, and I'll see you all soon.